Oh, come on. It's the wrong dang date. We got the wrong date over here. Let's- And we would be on the wrong date. All right. Y'all bear with me just a moment here. Because for whatever reason, this decided it wants to pull the wrong date. What do you get here? Yeah. Let's get the right date up here. I'll tell you what, I'll be thinking I have this stuff going on, but y'all just bear with me just a moment. And let me go ahead and take this real quick. I got to show the right date. It's called Trial and Error. Trial and Error. And let's see, where are you, girl? All right. All right, all right. And what is going on here? Oh, did I hit to YouTube? Is YouTube going over here? So I'm gonna have to stop. Big news. This one. All right, y'all. Let me go ahead and get Facebook over here going back again. Because apparently, let's see. Here we go. I guess it's that one. See if we can get this added back on here. All right, let's see. All right, so it's not want to be great today, but anyway. All right. Let me fix. Let me do this right quick. All right, y'all. I think I got it. Divine rising to everybody, y'all. It's like one day I'm going to get on here and it's going to be smooth. You feel me? It is going to be smooth. We're going to have our little hiccups. It is going to be smooth selling at some point. Now this one's showing I'm live, but it's not kicking in with the way it's supposed to. But we're going to roll with it. Let me go ahead and get this shared out if it's going to show sharing. I mean, the share option. Because it's been challenging here lately with Facebook. Go ahead and get this shared out. Oh, it's showing my little share icon. Yay! All right. All right. We'll get started here in just a moment. I fixed one of my issues. I fixed the slowness. Now, let's see. Let me share this to each one of my pages here. Yeah, I started a new thing, getting back into the gym. I normally would work out at home, but haven't been able to do that here, due to some changes here at my house. So I am back at the gym. So the first day was today. First day was today. Work the upper body. I'm going to feel it tomorrow. I'm not feeling it now, but I know I'm going to feel it tomorrow. Come on. But it's a good feeling. All right. And I think one more here. And here. Oh, let me share it. No, I don't want to manage. I want to share. I want to share. Here we go. That would look kind of odd. All right. All right. Let me see if I can fix this right here, because it got me over in the corner over here. Let me glad when they actually fix that. Because currently right now I am in the corner. And of course I cannot see myself over here. And what's going on with this right here? The go live button didn't come up. This is interesting. The story of my life. Okay, so YouTube's not want to work. Let me see if I can find it again. Where is YouTube? Come on, TV. Okay, well, we're going to refresh that and see if this will pop up for me. Yep. And here I thought I had it all together. I thought I had it all together. Let's see. And I don't know, YouTube's playing somewhere. I just don't know where it's at. Let me stop this one and start this one. Let's see. There we go. Guess I'm gonna have to do this like one at a time or something. Because it is definitely not want to do what it's supposed to do. All right. And of course, my live's going to be up in the corner. So I'm not going to have full screen, y'all. But anyway, we're going to get into this right here, right quick. And let me see who's tuning in with me as of right now. So if you are tuning in with me right now, let me know where you're tuning in from. And I am basically tuning in from the great state of Texas. I am Shakita. If you are seeing this for the very first time, this live for the very first time, I am in Texas. And I am, gonna ride with it. Come on. Because she's just like really in my way. All right. So anyway, we're gonna get into this topic on this morning. Come on, I tell you what is on my screen. I don't even know what that is. Anyway, we're gonna get into this topic on this morning: the power of trusting the process. And it's interesting that was the very exact thing that we were talking about on the call this morning. And we are coming from the book "The Slight Edge" by Jeff Olson. So if you have that book, then you'll know where I'm coming from. But we're gonna get into it. But the power of trusting the process, growth often happens quietly before it becomes visible, right? And so we live in a world that celebrates quiet results, yet the most meaningful growth usually happens long before anyone else sees it. And so today we're talking about what it looks like to trust the process, remain faithful to your small daily choices, and continue building even when evidence hasn't caught up with your efforts. So, and again, divine rising to you all this morning, quiet queens. Have you ever questioned whether all the little things you are doing are actually making a difference? Maybe you've been showing up consistently, learning, building, improving, yet it still feels like you're standing in the same place. As introvert women, we usually don't need applause to keep going, but every now and then we wonder if our quiet efforts is really leading somewhere. And so this morning, I want us to talk about trusting the process, especially during the seasons when growth is happening beneath the surface. So we're going to get into this connection here, and I wish my screen would do what it's supposed to do, but it's not. It's going to just misbehave for me. Let's see if I can force myself into view, which I'm gonna have to get with my people on this because this is like annoying to me. Oh, so but anyway, let's go ahead and get into this connection. So I've experienced seasons where I questioned whether I was making progress, not because I expected overnight success, but because when you're living inside the process every day, it's difficult to notice your own growth. And then one day I realized something. The process wasn't only building my business, it was building me, right? My confidence became steadier. My discernment became sharper. My conversations became more intentional. None of those things happen overnight. They happen because I kept showing up. And let me say this, even in the business side of that, even as of right now, it doesn't show like, process of overwhelm of people, but yet the daily steps and the daily actions that I'm doing, I can foresee that it is growing. But you don't see it like right now. But I don't know. I'm just a person who sees things way ahead of before they actually even happen. So, I see it, right? But again, so let's go ahead and get into the core of this. I believe trusting the process becomes difficult because we naturally look for evidence. We actually look for evidence. We want proof. We want visible results. But some of the greatest transformations happen before anyone else can see them, right? And think about your own life for a moment. Has there ever been a season where you later realized you had been growing all along? Excuse me. And sometimes we confuse slow progress with no progress. Slow progress with no progress. And that's one of the things that I was able to, identify even starting at the beginning of this year because I knew again when you start to reset or readjust what you're doing to get focused, I knew that it was going to be a slow progress before it compounds over time, right? And so sometimes again, so we confuse slow progress with no progress, and they're not the same thing. Growth isn't always visible, right? Growth is always visible. And it reminds me again of a plant. I talked about, the plants outside. We plant a seed and we don't get a tree, you know, overnight. I mean, and so I got, some tomato plants growing. I had, some strawberry plants going. And initially with the tomato plants, they started out as a seed. Excuse me. It started out as a seed. But excuse me, I don't know what is going on here, but I didn't start seeing progress until I'm gonna say what? I mean, it started budding like maybe 5, 6 days into it, right? I started seeing something grow, but it started beneath the soil. It started within the soil. And give me just a second, y'all. Anyway, so it started with just a seed. And so now I have tomato leaves growing, a lot of them because of course I didn't know what I was doing, but I have a lot of them. I mean, even with my strawberry plant, it already had, I bought it and it already was growing. But then we repotted it. And so now I'm actually, over time, it's now starting to bloom little flowers with little strawberries inside of it. So, I'm like, really excited about that because I don't have no green thumb, um, but it's a process. I mean, it's slow, but there's progress. So again, sometimes we confuse slow progress with no progress. And they're again, like I said, they're not the same. Growth isn't always visible. Sometimes it's your mindset becomes healthier. Sometimes learning to respond differently. Sometimes it's becoming less reactive. Sometimes it's choosing peace over pressure. Those changes matter. So, what part of this resonated with you? Let me know in the comments. And so, another thing, let me see if I see anything over here. 'Cause mm, mm, I don't know what's going on with that. But anyway, so and another thing I've learned is this. Sorry, guys. So, as I was saying, another thing I've learned is this: when we become obsessed with outcomes, we stop appreciating the person we're becoming. The process teaches us patience, it teaches us consistency, it teaches us resilience. Those qualities create sustainable success. Those qualities, uh, again, increases those qualities create sustainable success. And if you're comfortable sharing, what are or what area of your life or business are you learning to trust more? Look, and I'm learning how to trust what I'm doing right now because this is like annoying to me. I this is like I'm distracted with how this is not showing up right here. Let me see, make sure I did not. All right. All right. So in any event, so today, with all my distractions, I want to, so today I want you to ask yourself one question. How have I grown in the last 6 months? That has nothing to do with numbers. Maybe you're communicating more confidently. Maybe you've been more disciplined. Maybe you've learned to protect your peace. Those are signs that the process is working. Take a few moments today and acknowledge those victories. So, in closing, because I am about to wrap this up and move on with my day, but what if the breaking, the breakthrough you're waiting for isn't asking you to do more? What if it's asking you to trust who you're becoming, who you are becoming? And so if today's conversation spoke to you, I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. What part of trusting the process has been the biggest lesson for you? And if you're looking for a community where quiet leadership and steady growth are valued, you're always welcome inside Quiet Queens Academy. And if you are watching this live, it is in the comments. If you'd like to get access to the community, just click the link below and click the link in the comments or in, well, not in the bio, but in the comments, and you can get access to the community. Um, and that will, if you want to actually take the assessment to know what type of builder profile you have, you can go to quietqueensacademy.com, and the community is quietqueensacademy.com/community. Um, so again, I want to thank you for tuning in with me on this morning through all my challenges. And yes, I'm pointing out the fact that I am having a challenge in, but yet what we do, we're going to continue to keep moving on. And it's always saying, trust the process. Let's trust in the process, even though sometimes, there's some little hiccups, but you got to keep moving, even when you don't see the visible progress. And so I'll see you on tomorrow morning. Have a divine day, Quiet Queens.